Okay, it's very interesting. We're
Yeah,
interested to
it's
see
cool.
how this moves
It's cool.
forward. From solar to speeding, which is a really awkward segue, but it's what we have.
Yep. That's the way I'm ready to go.
The board adopted a new fine for those who perhaps drive a little bit too fast in residential areas.
In certain areas,
Let's
yes,
talk
we
a little
did.
bit about that.
Yeah. So we've been hearing, Eric was mentioning about they have, they're young people that are like just got hit in a crosswalk. When we were talking earlier, we were talking about that. Really upsetting. We're hearing more and more about near misses and about actual accidents. And more and more people are walking in, which is what we want. It's healthy for people. It's healthy for the environment. This is what we want. We've got to get people slowing down. So it's kind of a clash of cultures. You've got the sort of the car culture, and people are used to, I want to get to there, and we go, shoo. But we've got to get on the mentality that, oh no, there are people here, and I need to take it easy, and we need to slow down. It was interesting. So we've been allowed to do this for a long time. I talked a little bit about, I think anybody in Arlington or anybody in the region who knows that when you go into Falls Church, they've had this fine for a long time. As soon as you hit that Falls Church border, boom, traffic slows way down. Because they've had that police right there, and people know they will get caught and they will get fined. And so everybody just slows down, which I noticed some years ago when I got there. It's a little, oh, I'm going to be late. And then you just kind of, oh, it's all right. We're going to just take it easy.
The world will continue to spin.
The world will
axis,
continue
yes.
if I'm 2 minutes later than otherwise. Yeah. And in fact, sometimes you can even do better. You don't have to slam on the brakes and stuff. You can just kind of cruise in. It makes it easier to pull out. It just can work really well. So I think it's about time. The Virginia Code allows us to do this in certain streets that meet certain criteria. So we're going to be working through and finding, we already know where a number of them are. And I think we can do 60 signs in a year.
Okay.
So it won't all go, and it won't happen until we get the signs up, and they'll have a big orange sign saying, extra fines.
Will not be subtle.
That will not be subtle. No, and a couple of things. It was interesting. So some people have suggested, oh, you just want to make revenue, Well, no, actually, we just want people to slow down. I don't care if we don't get any revenue from this if people will slow down and be safer. And we had a few people writing in concerned for a variety of things, but nobody was coming to testify. Nobody showed up. I was wondering, because I was kind of wondering, how are you going to make the argument that we should allow you to speed? That this it's not got a good look. So, it passed 5-0. I think it's past time. And I hope it will just help bring down the whole kind of tension level here in the county and make it, easier yet for people to walk to where they want to go and children to be safe and everybody just calm down, we're good.
And is this primarily in residential neighborhoods, or is it kind of scattered throughout the county?
It's specifically for residential streets.
Okay.
Right, that meet certain, but
right.
Our staff said a lot of them are going to be by schools, and that's a really good thing.
It's an obvious point.
Yeah, there are very technical criteria that staff has to validate.
Okay.
And as Libby was saying, there's going to absolutely be a huge educational component of this because the goal is compliance. The $200 additional fine is meant to be a deterrence, which can hopefully help elicit compliance, but it's not about raising revenue. And most people, I think, when they're driving through a neighborhood, it's rather well established by transportation engineers, traffic engineers. People drive the speed that they perceive is the safest. Right. And so when you see this little sign of additional fine for speeding, and the criteria for these are going to be the kind of streets, most of us know where these are, where you maybe find yourself like, oh, I've picked up some speed here. I'm coming downhill, or the road is a little wider. I feel like I have plenty of room.
Right.
And so the idea here is just to put a little extra something there that hopefully triggers in folks' minds to say, I should really slow down here.
Actually, we're hoping it's in a big orange sign, a big extra something to tell people to slow down. Yeah,
Right.
It's a little subtle in Falls Church. I think we're going to be a little less subtle in our signage.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's all about pedestrian safety.
Well,
correct?
safety in general, yeah.
Right.
And people who are going too fast. One of the things. How horrible you feel if you injure, a child or a pet, or none of us wants to have these accidents, and we all just have to be reminded sometimes to just calm down.
Well, speeding is a perennial quality of life issue for residential areas.
Yeah.
We get emails all the time.
And it's getting worse. Yep. So hopefully it'll be interesting to see if the emails get better. We'll see. I'm hopeful that it will. That everybody's going to start feeling a little better about the roads here.